we rise to the top. Can't stop this flow. In the heart of the jungle, we're ready, let's go. In the heart of the jungle, we're ready, let's go.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Roundtable here with Ben. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. Just chilling, trying to getting over this hand, foot, mouth shit, and just getting ready for the holidays tomorrow. Thanksgiving, bro. I'm excited, man. I really am.
It's come up way faster than I wanted it to.
Bro, it's come up quick.
Yeah.
Quick. The year's almost over. I feel like once November comes, it's like the last month just blows by for me.
Well, it was like August, and then it's November. There was September and October because I remember Halloween, but like
it's crazy, man.
Like
we're gonna be 2025, and it's wild, dude. It's been crazy though. It's been a good year.
It has been a pretty good year.
It's got its ups and downs just like everything else, but it's been a stellar year for us. And but yeah, man, just chilling, dude. Been like I said, getting over the sickness and then getting ready for the holidays. And like I said, we're actually hosting this year, and I'm freaking excited, dude.
I know. I was like, wait. I was curious. I was like, where are we doing it this year?
I'm excited.
And then I think my mother-in-law called Gary and was like, where are we? He's like, oh, we're doing it at Ben Taylor's.
Yeah, we just found out like 2 weeks ago. So
it was one of those, hey, you're hosting this.
Yeah. He came over. We were going up to Bear Lake to go do that stuff or whatever. And he was like, oh, by the way, it'd be cool if we have Thanksgiving at your house. And now Taylor was upstairs with her mom. And she comes, I was like, oh, yeah, dude, it works out great. And then Taylor comes down. So I was like, oh, by the way, we're doing Thanksgiving. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, your dad said that. She's like, well, who's going to tell us? I was like, well, 2 weeks. It should be good, She's like, I got to buy this. I got to buy, you know what I mean? So, but we're excited, man. At least, well, we both are. We're both excited. It's stressful, trying to get everything ready, trying to do everything perfect. And, Taylor, my wife, being a perfectionist and wanting to, serve everybody, make sure everybody's taken care of. And so we're doing all these different things. But I'm excited, man. I got some games for the kids. I got some games for the adults.
Oh, they're going to
It's going to be fun, dude. Like, I tried, put some effort into it. I was like, you know what? I've seen a lot of things on, the TikToks and stuff, like fun things you can do. And I've always wanted to do it, but we just never, we even when we get together, it's just, I just never have done it. So I'm like.
It's usually chaos, though, too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be chaos, bro.
Between the kids running around, the adults talking, people moving, food cooking. Yeah, it's going
to be wild. But, I hope that we get to all the games, but I'm sure that at least the little ones, they'll.
They'll have.
They're gonna have. They got some cash for them and stuff. It's gonna be fun, dude. They're gonna have a ball. Trust me. I hope they do.
Just them getting together, they're gonna have a good time. Period.
Well, like I said, my daughter's like, hey, are they gonna come early? I'm like, I told them 4. She's like, why 4? Why did you tell them so late? I'm like, that's what time it starts. She's like, why can't they come over earlier? I was like, well, they can, but I'm sure they got stuff they gotta do. And she's like, well, just tell them.
Yeah, and I got the gym and I got potatoes.
So I told her, I told you guys, at least you could say, hey, your dad told me, he tried, we got here for it.
I got the gym and potatoes. That's all I got. So
hey, we're there. We'll be there all day trying to set up. So it'll be cool. But yeah, man, Thanksgiving, dude, you brought it up, the conversation of gratitude. I think that's
being thankful, gratitude, all wound into one, with the holiday coming up and, the last, I can't remember a year we've ever done a Friendsgiving with anybody.
Which is something I want to do next year.
Agreed. Because we did 2 this year.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. And then we got Thanksgiving again.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was phenomenal. It was so much fun to get around people and have, one was on a Sunday night, which I was like, oh, that's kind of, and then started late, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care. None of them had to work but me. But I don't make excuses.
Yeah.
I was just thankful to go and to be invited. The kids had a blast. The adults had a blast. We got to talk to people we hadn't really talked to yet. They were kind of friends of our friend, and they're like, we're hosting, and it was great. And then our other friends are like, hey, we got a friend with a house in St. George. You guys want to come down? It was nice. Adults only. Just got away. And they did like a formal dress, which I was not formally dressed, but I was like, well, I tried to ask, but I didn't get an answer on how nice I had to dress. And they're like, hey, we kind of commend you for rocking the jeans and the shirt. Like that's, I'm like, well, this is me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is who I am. It's how I dress.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not normally slack. I thought about it, but it turned out
I'm
good.
gonna get
It
you
was
hooked
fun.
up, bro.
I got a nice shirt.
I can get you some killer shit, dog.
I have
Cheap
a
too,
white
man.
button-up shirt. I got the slacks. I got the shoes. I was just like, and then
Am I going this far, or am I just
well, and I was gonna pack it all, but man, the whole week I was trying to do. It was just different things after another,
Yeah,
and
no, I get it.
you know, everything just wasn't. It was going, but it wasn't going. If that makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't pack till like Thursday night, which is unusual for me. Between getting laundry and getting this and doing that, and her working so much, I was just like,
Yeah.
well, it's all good. We had fun. That's all that mattered.
That's really all that matters, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it sounds like, you say you were grateful to have the association, right?
Yeah.
To be around the
Yeah.
people and just have that. Really, it's love, man. To have that association of love, just hanging out and chilling and connecting with each other, because that's needed, man. Like nowadays, disconnection is so heavy, and so it's cool to hear that you're able to connect and
Yeah, it was.
have a good time.
We ended up meeting and talking to people we hadn't really hung out with a whole lot or met a whole lot before, or even really met much at all. And everybody was very warm talk. You know, I partied more than I normally do, but we were both like, every once in a while is okay.
For sure.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We're both like, we need to take some time off drinking, which we don't drink that much anyways, which is it's odd to really say sometimes, but you're like, I got shit to do. I mean, it was that week, 2 weeks, it was kind of eye-opening for her. Like, oh, I'm grateful I had this stuff, but now I'm ready to get my shit back together, get back on track. Kind of the same thing. I'm like, all right, gotta get back to roll and get back more just like the food, get more clean food again back.
For sure.
But,
That's awesome, dude.
so.
I love that, man.
But that brought the whole thought process of being thankful. I mean, with Thanksgiving being tomorrow, I'm not sure when this will release, but
The week after, yeah.
yeah, with Thanksgiving being tomorrow and just all the holidays coming up, and just thankful for what we have.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if any of you saw the post about my dog, like shit can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah. 100%.
Like we got off a cruise and had to put him down, and that's just instant. And it's just all the stuff thinking back of all the great times, memories. I mean, scrolling through my pictures, looking at our time in Moab and, all the shit, just grateful for what we have created.
That is one of some of the best times when you scroll through your phone and go through your photos. I mean, I know sometimes we don't capture everything, right? But I know that even if you capture moments in between, or even one little thing, you're like, oh, I remember that. And I have a lot of trips on my phone too. So I'm like, oh, dude. And I think I've sent you some photos even when, Gamry and Aspen were small and they were in the bed.
Man, I came across one the other day. I almost sent it to you.
Yeah. Which one? Is that one?
Yeah, they were tiny.
Yeah,
they were tiny.
In the bed. They're in my bed or something. Yeah. I remember that. That's the one I have. And I always remember the one where we're sitting outside, and I think it was Macy, where we were doing s'mores out in the back, and Macy's holding my hand, and it was like sometime in the summer and a couple years ago, and I was like, dang, dude, like those types of memories. It's great. Be grateful for those times. You don't, like you said, you don't know. Life is too short. It goes too quick, and then really, at the snap of a finger, everything can change.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened to us over the last few years with a handful of different things, items, people, whatever. Next thing you know, it's not there, or it's not available, or, you never know when the last time's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, talking on back to the food thing, I just finished a 3-day water fast. And that was, I try to do one every year. And I use it for like a mental thing, like, just to remind me that, I'm mentally stronger than what I think I am, like physically. And, this time we just, Sunday night, I was like, I just need to do it. And I just started that night and, just wrapped it up just a couple hours ago, and, broke my fast or whatever. But it humbles me, and it reminds me that, life is short. There's a lot of spiritual things in. I don't know why, man. I get spiritual when I do them.
Because you're fucking hungry. That's why.
It just, I started thinking back, and it played into when you was like, oh, let's talk about gratitude or thankfulness, man. I'm like, dude, I'm so thankful for a lot of the things, the positions that I'm in and the positions that our families are in. Like we're actually doing good. There's still a lot of room for growth and a lot of opportunities that we want to do. But like in the grand scheme of things, I started thinking back, I was like, shit, like, I don't ever have to worry about not eating a meal. You know what I mean? And the fast makes you think that, like, dude, like there's people that feel this maybe like, every week, they're hungry for a day or two. And, it makes me thankful for my mom. Like even back in the day when we were poor, like I never had to really worry about that. But I was still thinking, I was like, man, I'm grateful that she never made us feel that.
Yeah.
Because maybe she took that burden. Maybe she didn't eat a day or two or whatever it might have been, but we never felt it as a kid. But I knew that the situation looking back was definitely, the opportunity was there for, skipping a meal or two. And so just being grateful for that stuff and grateful for all the things that we've done, that I've done, that my wife's done to really move forward in our life and progress forward. And I'm like, this was such a great topic because it's like, yeah, this is really the time to be grateful. And a lot of times, to be honest, I get sad around this time. I don't know why. I just get a little depressional thing. Like I always tell my wife, we've I think it just determined that it's just because I haven't seen my mom and, and then I miss my family. And then we like start thinking about family. And then I'm like, fuck, our family was jacked up when we were kids, and it's really this fucking like boohoo moments that I have. But then I always snap back out and, getting together with you guys and your family and everybody. I'm like, I love that. Like, it makes me feel good to serve. And that's why I'm so excited about this year. I'm like, Dad, I just want to serve people. I want to make it great. Just, without sounding like Trump, make Thanksgiving great again.
Hey,
But
when I heard it was at your place, I was like, cool. This is an opportunity because, obviously I've seen it.
yeah,
I helped you move in.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times. Obviously your in-laws have seen it multiple times, but, like my in-laws haven't. I don't know if any of our other uncles really have either.
I don't think so.
Or anybody that's coming. And it's something that you guys worked extremely hard to do, to get to this position, to be, I know it was a lot I've moved before, so I know it's a lot to, okay, I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to buy a house. I got to move it all. I've got to coordinate everything. And throughout all of that, it's a beautiful home. And obviously you're thankful that you and your wife can provide that for not only you, her, your daughter, but now you can open it up for family to come and enjoy that space together.
Yeah.
Because it is more open.
Yeah, that's really what we wanted, We wanted it to, like we said, we always make decisions, not just for us, but for like the larger family, and wanting to make sure that we can accommodate everybody and include everybody. And it definitely was a shock to find out last notice, but I'm like, dude, I'm up for it. Like, let's just take care of it. But I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to even host it. It doesn't, and
it's a lot of work with this family. I can promise you that, you know, but it's rewarding all at the same time.
It's worth it. It's worth every last stressor behind it, if you can call it stress. But I don't know, man. I'm grateful for the family that I got into, and even you, man. We're in the same boat. I got killer, in-laws, the people, the cousins, the marriages that were, everybody. I can't say a negative thing about anybody. Everybody's got their quirks and everything like that, like anybody else. But it's just the dynamic that's there is still strong. And like I told you before, like I want to be the next generation to keep those things going. And these are some of the steps that we do, and putting together trips and all this stuff. With the other stuff is the things that we got to do to make sure that tradition, that familyhood that has been built over the years by Gary and all them, to continue that into our generation and our kids, so they can experience that type of stuff. So I
was gonna say, as stressful as it all is, because we end up doing the Christmas one with the gingerbread houses, piñata, and all that. It's as stressful as it is watching the kids and making the memories. Pretty sure you were here the day Dave accidentally shot confetti, or no, Amanda did.
Yeah, we were all sitting down here.
Yeah, across the entire couch, and it's something. I'm pretty sure there's still confetti in that wall with the mirrors and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's something that's always on my mind when I come down. I think about it, or around this time. Once again, we're hosting it again this year, which is great. I got to do something about my kitchen downstairs, but
we'll get it figured out.
That's a whole different story. But I'm grateful that I have the space, I have the energy, I have I have my body to be able to work to provide all of this.
Yep.
I mean, over the last 2-3 months, 6 months, whatever, it's been more and more about being grateful for what I have. Because you think about it, there's people that don't have, like you said, food, shelter, clothes. They might not even have body limbs. They might have nowhere to go, nobody to go, you know. And that's something that we're grateful to have. We're lucky to have. You know, we're both very able-bodied people, and our families are very able-bodied people, and they're still here.
Yeah.
For what we have, they're still here, and we can work to get them together. And it's definitely a time of year to be thankful. I mean, I'm not a holiday person. I'm not a big fan of these 2 holidays coming up. Just, I don't know why. I never have been. They're more fun with the kids, but then they're also more stressful with the kids.
Yeah.
But having a good family around makes it that much better. Makes it easier for me to enjoy. I mean, it was never a big deal around my family, so that may be why.
And that's a good point, right? I mean, we do a lot as a father, especially. We do a lot of these things for our family, right? You know, I'm in the same boat, right? I never, my mom wasn't ever here, so there was a lot of years where I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'd go to the strip club with my friends and, you know, 1 or 2 friends, and that's what we would do. Like, for Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that type of stuff. Like, that's really the life that I lived. Like, there was nothing. I'd go clubbing. You know, that it was a lonely life, you know what I mean? But then when I got my daughter around and everything, like, I was like, okay, well, you know, now I want to do things for her. And as much as I don't, like I said, I enjoy them because I get to see happiness on other people. But for me, I'm like, yeah, we didn't grow up doing it. We're Hispanic. We don't really do that type of stuff. And we do little things here and there, but nothing crazy. And so, yeah, like, you know, I feel like we switched those things to accommodate, make those experiences for our family, for our kids to experience that happiness, because it is a happy time to experience those memories when you're around your cousins, and they'll remember that type of stuff forever. I remember one of the first times you guys did it here, the puzzle thing with oh man, what's his name? Sophie's brother's kid,
Justin and Ryan.
Yeah. They were
man,
when you sent me a Snapchat, and they were down here, and they had puzzles and I still tell that story every time I talk to somebody.
I remember how mad you were, like, I'm gonna,
yeah,
and I'm like, no, I promise it wasn't that way when I came down, because I'd have said something if it was. But
like, to me, like, those memories are important, like, not only for me but for my kid to, like, experience those things. That's not something I got to, like, really have fun and stuff like that. I'm like, I hope that she can, and she still remember those things. She'd be like, oh, I remember when you were getting mad at me because you thought I made a mess in Dustin's house, and I was like, oh yeah, you know,
they bring up so much crap. I don't know if your daughter still does it, but my kids will randomly start talking about something,
just random stuff,
and I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Half the time I still don't, but it's obviously a core memory for them. Half the time I'm like, when they explain more, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember. But it all goes back to being thankful that I can provide that for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like we're talking about going to get Christmas trees, and Macy's like, well, I don't want to go up on the mountain, but it is fun to go get a tree, so I'll be brave. And it's like, all right. Yeah. I mean, I get why I'm doing it. Like, it's a long day.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's on Saturday instead of Sunday.
It's kind of nice. You get to relax on Sunday.
It gives you that day. Thanks for your wife for changing jobs so we can do that.
Yeah, it was always kind of rough.
Yeah, but
it's nice, man. And like I said, those memories are really priceless. You know what I mean? And even like the Moab trip, in Glenwood, and just all these things that we do as a unit, like as a family, like those kids will remember that. And it's just being grateful that they even have that we even got the blessing to have a kid,
right?
You know, and daughters to be anything, you know, that's even a bigger blessing for me. And it's just, there's so many different things to be thankful for. And, you know, and just looking back, sometimes it's easy to kind of get down and think of like, oh, you know, it's kind of but really like focusing and saying, like, being grateful, looking at the grateful things, and it can be simple things as, man, I'm breathing today, I'm walking today. There's people that can't even get out of bed.
You're taking my question away from me. so the whole thing I was coming was, when you shifted your mindset, now that we've gone through all of this, we'll ask a question here. When you shifted your mindset to being more thankful about the life you have, how much better do you feel like your life got?
When I shift from being thankful for the life that I have.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot, dude. I mean, I feel like if you lack the ability to be able to be thankful for what you have currently, you'll always be you'll be chasing something that's unreachable, because it's like chasing happiness, even though you've already, you can be in happiness now, right? It's like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but essentially, even back in the day when I was a kid, right? I was always thankful for everything that I had. But if I would have looked at it like, oh, I'm so sad that my father's not around, that, Instead, I was like, I'm grateful that he showed me the lessons that I needed to learn so that I could be a better man, so that I could be a better father, even though they weren't taught the right way, but at least I picked up on it. And so I was like, the moment, like even just moving forward, like when we were in our last house, I was like, I'm grateful for this house. We kept saying that. We're super grateful. This house has been great to us. It's done its job. Like it was good, like really good for us. Like we didn't have any huge repairs,
But it's time.
and we're grateful, but it's time to move on. And if we wouldn't have taken the time to be grateful, because if I would have been in the mindset of like, I hate this place, it's so horrible. Like, I feel like that just draws you in a cycle of like almost depression. And then you really won't want to do, I mean, maybe you'll do something, but more than likely you'll just be sad about it and just ruminate and not do anything.
I think that part depends on if you have a partner and who your partner is and how they act.
Yeah, if they're just sitting there in the same gunk with you, yeah, for sure. And so luckily, yeah, we started looking at that, in our life. We're thankful for all these different things, but we still want more.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important part, is you can be grateful for what you have and have gratitude, but also still seek something more beyond what you already have to keep your goals progressing. That's how I looked at it. But what about you, man?
So going back just a little bit before I answer it, my parents did a lot for us growing up.
Okay.
Just to start off, they were always present on Thanksgiving and Christmas. That was a given.
It's important.
We didn't necessarily do a lot as a big family like we do. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't know if they even listen or watch any of anything, but they were there. They did do stuff. It just wasn't as grand of a gesture as we do now.
Okay.
When it comes down to like the family get-togethers, like the dinners, the gingerbread, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But once, because I was always just chasing. And I can remember times where she's like, all you care about is the material item.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while to realize, okay, why am I not thankful for what's in front of me? And once I started being more thankful for what's in front of me, yeah, life got a hell of a lot easier. Because I'm thankful, like you said, thankful for our first house. It was a great starter house. It gave us ideas of what we want, don't want, how we want to live, if we need this or that, what's important. And then we bought the current house that we're still in. Same thing. We're like, okay, we love this, but we need to change this. But we can be grateful for the structure that is around us. Same with the cars. Same with, each other, the kids. I mean, everything. It just became more, I became more aware of what I have and why I'm thankful for it versus chasing something unattainable, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will get these things, but I need to be thankful for what I have and not be so materialistic, like, oh, I need to have this, keeping up with the Joneses type style.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm grateful for what I have. I've worked my ass off for what I have, and I'm grateful for what is provided to me. Yes, I seek more, but hard work pays for that. So again, I'm thankful that I can provide a house, all of it. But if I hadn't changed my mind, dude, this depression would be 10 times worse. 100%, without a doubt. And that was probably about 6-ish years ago, maybe less, right, that it finally hit. No, I need to be thankful for what's in front of me. It's called the present for a reason, because it's a present. It's every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to live too much in those. It's honestly, a lot of times it's negativity, right? And sometimes the lacking gratefulness can really hinder your progression in life, and it puts you in a space where you're almost playing a victim. You're
Yeah.
playing this victim card, and
I mean, 100% for a long time I was.
that's just the reality. Because I was there. I was there for a long time. I was stuck in this loop, and they always say, like, even if you're mad or whatever, you get sad, like really just think hard of the things you can. And we would do this, we used to a lot. We don't do it so much anymore, but it was usually Gamma was kind of getting in this like stage of like ungratefulness. And we decided to do every night, we'd say 3 things we're grateful for. And it was helpful for all of us, because we all get caught up with life.
You forget what's around you sometimes because you're so focused on whether it's work, wife, you've had a shitty day, she's had a shitty day, you guys together are fighting, whatever. You get so focused, you forget to be grateful for the fact that she's still with you, or that you have your house, you have your cars, you can get here, you can whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because we did it for, a long time. And then I remember one time we were in the car, we were driving, and Taylor was upset or something, or I was upset. She did it multiple times, but we were kind of sad and down. And she was like, "Well, Dad or Mom, what are you guys grateful for? Let's do it." And we were in the car, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" It blew my mind. I was like, "Damn," because it makes me think like, oh, it's actually like she's gonna implement that when she's older, right? Or even now, where she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling kind of down. Okay, what am I grateful for?" Right? And she was young, she was saying silly things, but they're true, right? She's like, "Oh, I'm thankful for my toys." I was like, "Yeah, a lot of kids don't have a lot of toys. I'm thankful for our house. I'm thankful for our car. I'm thankful for." I think one time she was like, "I'm thankful for the air conditioner," and I was like, "Yeah, like
That's pretty fair.
That's important, and little things like that." And I was like, just having those moments with my kid like is important, and I'm super grateful that like I said, it was blessed to be able to have a kid, because some people can't, and blessed that the situation, and I'm blessed that she's strong. I've got a wife and a daughter that are extremely strong. My wife's picked up a position of a mother without having the experience, and and picked up the duties and all the responsibilities that come with that, and she kills it and excels in it, and does an amazing example to Gamory and all this, to me, all this different stuff, and the stuff that she deals with on a daily basis to be a good human being. And then my daughter, like, she is living, to me, is a difficult life, having to go back and forth, different parents,
Different rules.
different rules, and struggling with, maybe some lack of confidence of, lack of love in one way or the other, whatever. So I'm sure she's got some issues, but she chooses to still do good and be a kind-hearted person. I'm like, dang, like, I'm blessed, and I'm super grateful that I have 2 women in my life that are extremely strong, and it can be independent at any point in their life and just succeed in life. And to me, I'm super grateful for that. So yeah, man, it's gratitude is a big part of life, and you have to be able to establish that into your life so that you can truly like experience the love and the joy and all of the things that you tend to miss out when you're sad or upset. You can break yourself out of that just by literally just, dude, seriously, I woke up today, I got to see my wife today.
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories. I got to kiss my daughter goodbye to school. I don't know, whatever. There's so many different things, man. I can see you right now.
Yeah.
Like some people are blind. I can hear you. I can touch you. I can give you a hug if I wanted to. We can go outside and go run. Like this, like those things that we take super for granted. Like, oh,
I'm not going to run very far.
But you know what I mean? Like that's just,
no, I'm just,
damn, bro. Like it's crazy when you really think of how lucky, like, we each like individual is, and just having the partner that you got, having the kids that you got, having the family around you, the friends, it's just, there's just so much to be grateful for, man. And sometimes we lose track of that, but always try to go back to it, because God, that thing can get you out real quick of a slump for sure.
I mean, like I said, it really can. When I switched my mindset to be more grateful for what's available to me, yeah, it made a huge difference, and just being able to stop and think about all of that. Again, like some of these, there's people that I work with that drive 20, 30 minutes to work. I mean, I'm grateful I can come home on lunch and see my kids, see my wife. Like, it's a big deal to me, you know. And I'm just grateful for what I have, what's available to me. I mean, down to the core. I'm very grateful, and it took me a long time to realize it, and I can't be irritated about it because nobody really taught me, which is kind of what we're trying to do today.
Yep, exactly.
You know, teach people that when you're grateful for what you have, when you stop and look, I mean, we've talked to our kids a lot, like, look, you should be grateful you have TV, you have your tablet, you have food, you have a blanket, you have brand new clothes, you have anything. Be grateful that mom and dad work so damn hard to provide stuff for you.
That they have go-getter parents that are actually willing to.
That you're not living in a freaking cardboard box on the side of the road searching for a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be freaking grateful for that shit, because it does not, one, it's not easy, and two, not everybody has it.
Nope. Grateful that you landed in this country.
Yeah, that too.
This is,
I mean, like I told you the other day, hit up a guy that we met at the gym out of nowhere, and he's like, becoming a citizen finally. I'm finally able to take my test and do everything. And you know that motherfucker's more grateful than anybody else because he's able to be in this country, work hard, do what he needs to do to provide a better life for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever he comes in contact with at that point. I mean, we don't talk to him much, see him much. Still grateful we made the connection.
Yeah. Crazy the way it happened.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy the way it happened. I mean, like I said, I don't see him or talk to him anymore. His life's changed, but reaching out to him, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can have him on here one day.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know, but again, it's all because some simple mind changes. I mean, there's a lot of fucking hard work, guys. Don't get me wrong. But some mind changes.
Simple but not easy, yes.
Yes. Like they always say, it might be the best things in life don't come easy, including being grateful for what you have.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Well, man, I'm grateful for you, dude. I appreciate all the work that you
Grateful
do.
for you too.
You know, and you know, the man that you are and the father. I've always told you this, and continue to do that. And I'm glad and grateful that I joined the family and got to know you, and we got closer, because it didn't have to work out that way, but it did. And
I'm glad it did too. It's been
it's been a hell of a journey. It's going to continue to go, and grateful for the people that, you know, even the people that watch it and listen to this. That super grateful for you and the time that you take out of your schedule, and you know, the time that you take out of your schedule, man, to sit down with me and do this. And we're in the infant stages, but it's gonna be amazing, man. And I appreciate the hard work that you do. So
all the same back to you. I mean, you took all the words away from me. So, and same, like he said, thank you for all of you guys for taking the time to listen, watch, share, I mean, whatever you do, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you, brother. And let's enjoy this week and get back to it, bro. So
you guys, I think it's fairly obvious what the challenge is. Just stop and take a minute. If you got a family, talk about what you all are grateful for. If not, talk to your friends, talk to anybody.
Yeah, reach out to that one friend and tell them that you're grateful for them, because sometimes it's just as important. They need it just as much as we do. And sometimes you just send in that text and say, hey, man, I miss you. And, you know, you've been a crucial part of my life. You know, I have two homies, you know, Luis and Clem. They're a big part of my life, and, you know, forever grateful for both of them. You know, they put me and helped me in positions where I am today. And if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here. So, you know, sometimes I text them as much as I can to remind them that, because to me it's important, and just saying, hey, man, I appreciate you. So
you never know, that one call could change. That one call or text could change someone's life, literally.
Yeah.
Keep them alive. So
100%. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
The Roundtable Podcast, where we talk to our personal growth, struggles, and